President, how do you see everything looks
It's good. That's you are away. That is pick a day. Now we can have nice.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. We shall begin with the name of Allah. And for this, we shall invite Mustafa Malik for the recitation of the Holy Quran. Mustafa, please come.
भाई थोड़ा आगे आ जाए
Some plants grow best in the sun. Some grow better when they are put in the shade. Some thrive under water. And some are happy in the sand. God knows what to do with each one of these plants, and He just eventually puts them there. And this is what happened to Mr. Mowahid Sayyid when he was put in Washington, D.C. as a representative of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And why I choose to stand here today, introduce this extraordinary human being, is because I share a special bond with him, a bond of friendship, a bond of middle class values, and a bond of human rights activism. Mr. Mowahid is known for his voice for the vulnerable, for the weak, for the deprived. I have always respected him, and people know him and respect him because he is straight, he is forthright, and he is courageous in all situations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why I'm one of his greatest admirers. Another friend of Mr. Mowahid was supposed to be here this afternoon, but he could not because of the unfortunate death of his mother. The president of the National Islamic University, Mr. Ahmed, but he has sent in a message which he has asked me to read out to you. So allow me, first of all, to read and share that message with you. I have known Mowahid Saab since the early 1980s, when I was at the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. As a public intellectual, as an attorney, and as a community activist, he was always in the forefront for the cause of Islam, Muslim world, and Pakistan. In the immediate backdrop of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, and especially during the American hostage crisis, it wasn't easy for Muslim intellectuals in the United States to say anything positive about Iran or even about Islam. Most Muslim intellectuals either became apologetic about it and moral support, and for the community leaders to defend their civil liberties. Throughout his stay in Washington, Mowahid Saab was both a source of strength for the community and a source of inspiration for Muslim youth. Unlike many in the community, Mowahid Saab never sought publicity for what he did for Muslims and Pakistanis. Support and friendship was always above partisan loyalties of Pakistani politics. His two strong identities, Muslim and Pakistani, were the only criteria that defined his relationships with others. Mowahid Shah Sahib continued his struggle for social justice, a progressive Islamic Pakistan, and good government, even when he returned to Pakistan and settled in his home country. But he stayed away from active politics. And looking at this distinguished profile, I think this book launching ceremony by Mowahid Hussain Sayyid, where we have our distinguished guests, the former Prime Minister and President of Pakistan Muslim League, Chaudhry Shujaat Hussain, Pakistan has many friends in the world today, but some of them are weatherproof and time-tested. The ambassador of Turkey in Pakistan, Mowahid Hussain Sayyid, intellectual politician, and my mentor, Senator also, and the Secretary General of PML, and Mr. Farooq, the publisher of this distinguished book that we are now discussing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was just sharing with you that this ceremony actually is a tribute to the outstanding, distinguished parents of Mowahid Hussain and Mowahid Hussain Sayyid, who have passed on the legacy of the best that they have. So now I think it's time to invite our first guest speaker, Mr. Mowahid Hussain Sayyid. Please come and share your views.
It's a privilege and pleasure to be here. I'll try not to speak about my brother, but about a very distinguished Pakistani who has stood up for Pakistan and causes of the Muslim world, not only in Pakistan, but also in the heartland of the United States of America, in Washington, D.C. And I think that the Neelafar Bakhtiyar Sahiba has rightly said that whatever we owe, it's because of our parents, our mother and father, who gave us this legacy. We are very grateful that my mother-in-law is also here. My mother-in-law is 94 years old, mashallah. And I would also like to recognize the ambassador of Argentina and the ambassador of Azerbaijan. And General Hamid Sahib and Begum Hamid, two outstanding Pakistanis also, people who have shown tremendous courage. Thank you, sir, for coming. And a lot of other distinguished ladies, Dr. Atiyah Natullah Sahiba is also here. And they are old friends of Mowahid Shah, Mr. Fazil Zaki, and Saad Shah Sahib also are here. Thank you, sir, for coming. My brother and I, we were together in Washington at a very crucial moment in Pakistan's history and the history of the United States in the 70s. And in that period, I was in Georgetown and he was in George Washington University. He showed his spirit, his intellectual acumen, his leadership, both as an activist and as a man of ideas. And in that situation, whether it was leading demonstrations for Kashmir, and I would also like to tell the ambassador of Turkey that in 1974, in July 74 I think it was, when Prime Minister Bülent Ecevit took a decisive action to liberate the oppressed people in Cyprus, we celebrated it and we supported it, also in the universities and also in the streets of Washington, D.C. And one other specialty of Mr. Mowahid Shah is that in September 1974, when Yasser Arafat came to address the UN General Assembly, he led a group of international students and also Americans They went in 3 buses from Washington, D.C. Palestinians, Arabs, Pakistanis, Turks, Americans, Latin Americans, to express solidarity with the Arafat and the Palestinian issue. And among the demonstrations that we participated in those days was one against the Shah of Iran, because he was then another one of those persons who was seen as an oppressor. I would also like to mention, and this book has that focus, about an uplifting, positive and optimistic message about Pakistan. A message which is rooted in the soil of Pakistan and Pakistan's ideological moorings as reflected in the teachings of the Qaid-e-Azam and the teachings of Allama Iqbal. And one other thing which very few people know about Mowahid Shah is that he has been one of the principal political strategists of 3 prominent personalities who are in Pakistan's politics today.